Mira received an unsigned map in her mailbox one Thursday morning with the words, "Come back," written at the end of a dotted path leading to a remote village called Veldmoor. And though she had no connection to the place, something about the handwriting felt disturbingly familiar. So she sent a photo to her 4 university friends: Daniel, the journalist, Priya, the medical student, Theo, the architect, and Sasha, who always said yes before anyone finished asking. And by Friday evening, all 5 of them were packed into Theo's Volvo, heading north on roads that narrowed and darkened until the GPS announced they had left the mapped area entirely, arriving in Veldmoor just after 9 to find a village that felt like it was practicing abandonment. Where a tight-lipped barmaid told them the dotted path led to the Alden house, empty for 30 years, her expression carrying the careful stillness of someone choosing a shorter answer than the one they had. And the next morning, they drove up to find the farmhouse standing almost impossibly intact, its walls sound and its roof whole, as if someone had been quietly maintaining it through 3 decades of supposed neglect. And inside, they found furniture and clothes and a life left mid-sentence. But what stopped Mira cold was the staircase wall, lined with generations of family photographs, in which, without exception, one person's face had been scratched out in tight, deliberate circles, not torn or covered, but violently erased with something sharp, the same figure in every image.
An adult at the edge of the frame, a hand on a shoulder with nothing above it, a gap in a row of people, a pulled-back chair at a birthday table. And as they searched deeper, they found a loose photograph in a bedside drawer showing the same family in the garden, with a figure at the edge whose face was only partially scratched, preserving just enough of a penciled caption to reveal the initial R. And then Sasha found a hollow section of kitchen floor concealing a trapdoor to a cellar, where a trunk held bundled letters and a journal belonging to Eleanor Alden, written in the compressed, careful language of someone hiding meaning in plain sight, which Daniel read aloud at the kitchen table as the fog thickened outside and the afternoon became evening, and their plan to leave before dark quietly dissolved. The journal revealing that R was Robert, a brother-in-law who returned each summer.
Charming, and then something else, and that in the summer of 1987, the youngest child, Thomas, 6 years old, the 3rd name in the school books upstairs, had drowned in the river behind the house in an accident Eleanor never believed was an accident, because Robert had been there, had been supposed to be watching, and had come back alone. And Eleanor had scratched his face from every photograph before the family fled and left everything behind. And it was nearly midnight when Priya's hand shot up for silence, and they all heard it. Footsteps upstairs, slow and deliberate, crossing the hallway and returning, then stopping, then a single knock from directly overhead, and Mira climbed the stairs alone past all the ruined faces to a door at the end of the hall they'd missed because it was papered over with the same wallpaper as the wall. And inside the small locked room, she found a child's drawing of the house with stick figures labelled in a young hand, including Uncle Robert, whose face had been scratched out by someone older and angrier, and sitting on the wooden chair, a modern photograph printed on plain paper showing this very hallway, with one new frame hanging slightly crooked among the others. And when she raised her lantern to look at it, she saw a family she half recognised, with one face freshly scratched, the wood still pale and raw, and the shape of the figure beneath the scratching. The hands, the shoulders, the particular tilt of the weight reached into her like a key into a lock, and she opened her phone with trembling hands and found an old photograph of herself at a family table with a woman beside her, her mother, who had disappeared 11 years ago, leaving only a note saying, "I'm sorry, I had to go. Don't look for me." And the shape was the same, unmistakably the same. And when Daniel finally read the last page of Eleanor's journal, he found it written in fresh blue ballpoint on aged paper, addressed to Mira by name, explaining that her mother had known Eleanor,
had spoken of Mira constantly, had come to Veldmoor to hide from Robert, who had threatened to harm the people she loved if she didn't stay silent, had lived quietly in this house for 3 years, tending its walls and its roof and its impossible intactness, and had died not long ago, asking Eleanor to send the map when the time was right, when Robert was old and far away and harmless, so that Mira could finally find the story her mother had never been able to tell her. Because she was a photographer, and she knew something about recovering what had been obscured. And at the door of the pub, the barmaid caught her eye and nodded once, with the weight of someone who had been waiting a long time to do exactly that. And Mira drove away from Veldmoor, knowing she would return, not because a map told her to, but because her mother had left a door open, and she was not afraid of walking through it.